This is the National Geographic Channel.
Log cabins. Rugged. Timeless. And connected to the land. I'm Nate Heim, and I build log cabin homes here in the Northlands of Minnesota. I work with the finest crew around. You betcha. Using century-old techniques, we pour ourselves into each and every cabin, bringing the past into the present. And we're bringing a Minnesota-style log home to Sioux City, Iowa. Can our crew rise to this cabin's challenge, or will these gigantic logs stand in our way? No matter what happens, my crew and I are on a mission to build log cabin homes all across this country. I'm right outside of Sioux City, Iowa, and I'm about to meet up with Bob Kohler and his fiancée, Tanya. Bob's originally from Minnesota, and he started this bakery down here in Sioux City, and it flourished. It's been a successful business, and it pretty much limits him from getting back to Minnesota. But what he told me is he wants a piece of Minnesota down here in Sioux City, and there's nothing better than a Minnesota-built log home. It's going to be fun to meet up with him and see what their ideas are. That must be Bob and Tanya right there. He kind of looks like a Minnesotan. It looks like Bob has some nice flat ground. That's just what I like to see.
I just want to bring a little bit of Minnesota down here to Iowa, and we both are excited about it. We're both looking forward to it, and we want the true log home style down here.
This is a new relationship for Bob and I, so the log home kind of signifies a new beginning for us as well.
Building a log home and a new fresh start, now that's true love. I can't wait to see what these two lovebirds have in mind for a log home. What do you guys do here in Sioux City?
Well, I own the best bar and grill in town, and Bob runs the best bakery in town.
Well, that's quite the combination, huh?
Well, that's how we kind of met. We had a little discrepancy on some of the product that I was selling her, and so she came down and wanted to discuss it with me, and this is how it evolved in the situation we're at now, so which is fantastic for both of us.
Something? What kind of home are you thinking about?
Half loft, 3/4 loft. Okay. You know, we want the rustic look.
Great kitchen.
Yeah, well, I suppose, you know, being in the food industry,
That's right.
Huh?
Yeah, we're looking between 40 and 35 feet by 25, 26 feet. Okay. With a garage. We want a 2-stall garage.
Yeah, the match.
Yep. This is it. This is where we're talking about building.
You got a lot of room to work with.
Yeah.
Well, you know, bear with me. I'm really starting to envision what you guys are thinking. The house starts right here, and it goes 38 feet all the way over here. We'll put the kitchen right here, right in the center. Big kitchen with the big sweeping peninsula. Open floor plan, so you can see everybody. You cook up a storm for kids, grandkids.
He has all these very good ideas for us.
They make a lot of sense,
yes.
And they fit our lifestyle.
We're gonna have some trusses. We'll put some trusses up there, big gable windows, let that natural light in. You know, log home is a log home without decks. You need to have a big sweeping deck that starts over here at this corner, comes all the way across this side of the house, and they'll keep going on this side of the house. There'll be almost a whole wraparound deck.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think of that?
That sounds exactly
perfect.
what our imagination is. That's what we're looking forward to the rest of our lives. We need to have it on paper, so we need to go sit down and discuss it.
Oh, let's go.
All right.
We still need to talk out some of the details, so I think I know a really good place to go. Well, earlier you said something about a loft, and I think we like that idea.
Yeah, we like that idea.
Okay.
3/4 loft, and we like the gable type of windows, the wide open windows.
Wraparound porch.
That sounds really good.
Okay. We'll start there. Bob and Tanya's cabin will be a 36 by 28 foot 2-level structure with a detached log garage. The main level will have a spacious utility room and bedroom. An open great room will include a dining area and kitchen for Bob and Tanya to do all their cooking and baking. Upstairs will be an open loft flanking 2 pitched dormers that look out each side of the cabin. Just outside will be a 700 square foot log garage that will add extra storage and usable space to Bob's land. All right, guys, what do you think? We got the dormers in there, the peninsula, the log staircase, coming out of the great room, the big wraparound deck.
I think it looks great.
I think it looks exactly what we're looking for. Yeah,
So we got a deal?
we got a deal.
All right. Put her there.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank
I got to
you.
get back. I got to let the guys know. We got to get rolling on this now.
Sounds good.
All right. Now that we got all the details worked out, I'm going to get this to my architect, and we're going to start building this Minnesota-style log home. We got a new one. So Baker Bob, he's originally from Minnesota. He lives down in Sioux City, Iowa, has a successful bakery down there, which is going to keep him there pretty much the rest of his life. So he wants to bring a piece of Minnesota to Sioux City, Iowa. He saved up his money from selling apple fritters all his life to building a dream house. We're really going to knock the socks off with this little gem here. So it's going to have a covered front entry with a truss over it. We got some large diameter logs that we're going to be using. These are huge logs, okay? These are bigger than we usually use. They're 24-inch in diameter red pine.
These logs on Bob's house are going to be huge. I cannot wait to take my saw to them.
So where'd you get those big logs
Well, these
from?
big logs come from about 45 miles east of here.
That's where I live.
I know, John, I'm sorry. I didn't want to tell
my
you. but you
backyard.
asked. I mean,
Out of your backyard on the side.
They were going down anyway, and I figured what's better than having these big, gorgeous logs in a log home forever instead of 2x4s.
Yeah.
You know, we'll get some donuts out of this.
Yeah.
Baker's does it.
What, for every morning?
Paid in donuts. The guys are set. They know what they got to do, and now we got to get that temporary foundation in place and get rolling. What we're looking for is make sure our temporary foundation is laid out. These are a screw jack system where we can adjust them up and down to make sure everything is level. And if this is off, your house is off when you get down to Sioux City, Iowa.
So we're calibrating a leveling device. We have a laser light over there on the tripod. It sends a laser light around 360 so we can raise and lower this and tell where the height of our foundation blocks are. There it is.
John, how's it looking? Are we all level?
We've been around to all our jacks. Everything checks out.
Let's flatten her out. Let's get her rolling. We got a house to build. We got to get down to Sioux City, Iowa and get those apple fritters, right?
I like it.
All right, let's go. The logs we use are cut from red pine right here in Minnesota. Man, these are huge. The raw logs are brought over to Corey, who uses a pressure washer to peel the bark off. Corey's got the logs peeled. The temporary foundation is nice and level. It's set, and it's ready for chainsaws to start screaming. All the logs are cut and fit here at the log yard, so we call that the cabin shell. Once the shell is done, we'll deconstruct it, send it to Sioux City, Iowa, where we'll restack it, and the entire cabin will be finished. There it is, first log.
I wonder about that.
Corey, grab a peavy.
You want it this way?
No, the other way, Corey. Hold it up so it doesn't come down. Corey, get on the other side. Well, I'm a little worried about Corey because, you know, being new into this, there's things that can happen that you don't know what to expect. The log can turn on you at any second, and if you're not ready for it, it'll leave a mark. And sometimes I'm worried about Corey not foreseeing that happening. We don't want him to learn the hard way. Accidents are big deals here because with these logs weighing many tons, it's not very forgiving.
That one's good.
First course. We're well on our way.
In order to be able to scribe the laterals and the notches, you have to knock all the ice off and kind of get it drier because otherwise the pencils won't write on the wood. So just got to go through here and get rid of all this crap.
We use a tool called a scribe to draw the contour of the log onto the next. Then we take the log down, cut along the scribe lines, and stack it back on top of the house. These logs fit so tightly, you can't even slip a dollar bill between the seams. Now that we're done with the body of Baker Bob's shell, it's time to load the trusses. Let's get that truss up.
It's all ready to go.
The trusses support the roof load, so when you have this load coming down directly on a roof, they transfer the load down to the walls. Okay, grab them all.
Hair more.
When we set that first truss, we always take a moment, step back, and we're like, ah, that's awesome. We're on the home stretch to get this thing going. Careful, Peter. out the third truss, so that we're on the home stretch now. We just got to put the ridge pole, purlins down, and then we're pretty much wrapped up for a shell. We can start disassembling it. It's gonna knock the socks off. Maybe we'll even see some tears of joy. So now we're gonna set this last purlin and so we can finish off Baker Bob's shell. There we go! Yay! That's it! All right! Got that one right on the mark! All right, last log! Looks great! Let's get this thing tore down to Sioux City, Iowa. All right. Oh, check this beaut out. Bob's gonna love this thing. Good job, good job. This cabin is gonna look great down in Iowa. It's just what Baker Bob wanted, a little piece of Minnesota down in Sioux City. Guys, this is sweet. You guys really outdid yourself on this one. Man, she's gorgeous.
Thanks, Nate. That thing really shines.
Yeah, this one's the perfect size. I think I could just take this one home with me.
No more of that living in a trailer, huh?
Yeah, move it up to a log house and be okay.
Boy. Well, let's get this thing torn down. We got to get it down to Sioux City. The trucker should be here any minute.
All right, sounds good. All right.
You know, it's an amazing feeling when you get that shell built and you know it's coming down. It's another one in the books. We're getting those trucks loaded and we're sending them down to Bob in Iowa.
We're almost finished getting the trucks loaded for Sioux City, and I'm helping John with a log on the truck that isn't balancing right.
Well, this log's just so big that it hangs over the loader truck so much.
Lift it up a little more and I'll put another one.
That was close. Get it? Yeah, we just got too many logs, I think, on the loader truck. Yeah, that was a little close to a call. That would not have felt good on my jaw. When you let the log down, it snapped, and the bigger end kicked up and almost hit me in the jaw. So that was really close. A little nerve-wracking. You never know what these logs will do. They got a mind of their own. If they want to roll one way and you're in the way, they're going to go. Because you're not going to stop a 4,000-pound log from rolling on you.
This is why Nate is so adamant about safety at the log yard. You have to be paying attention at all times or something serious could happen. Thankfully, nothing happened here, but this is definitely an eye-opening experience for me.
All right, last log. Let's get this truck down to Sioux City. Running this business, I often have multiple projects going on at the same time. So while the trucks make their way to Iowa, I'm going to answer a call about a pretty unique project in Colorado. I'm on my way to meet up with Kevin and Marissa Selvey at Crazy Mountain Brewery. They want to incorporate some of the local forestry into their brewery. I'm going to give them some ideas, take a look at it, see what they're dealing with, and really jazz this place up with some logs. I think there's a smell of hops in the air. I must be getting close. Crazy Mountain Brewery. There we are. I've never remodeled an interior office before, but this will give me an opportunity to work with logs in a different way. I can't wait to see what Kevin and Marissa want to do at their brewery. So what do you guys have in mind? I mean, you got all this log work already. I think I came a little late. You just wanted me to come and drink beer, right?
Well, not just that. We actually just finished expansion. Part of that was we got an office space. We really need help turning it into an office. We don't have time to do that ourselves, and it's just this wide open space with dogs.
Is there any log work in there? Or?
Nothing.
So maybe kind of expand this look over to there?
We'd love to keep the wood feel over there.
Well, I'd love to check it out.
Yeah, let's go see it.
Sweet.
So this is our office space.
Oh boy. This is you work out of here?
We do.
Holy smokes, I guess I see why you need a remodeling job. I mean, this is a scene right out of a garage sale. It was crazy. I don't know how they get any work done. So how is it organized?
So what we have over here, we have a little bit of counter space left over from the tile shop.
Okay.
So we have a couple of makeshift folding table desks back there.
So. Yeah.
All this was donated from a rummage sale over here.
Yeah.
And then as we move on back over here, we actually got these from a bank that was foreclosing. This is kind of the break area where people can sit in this dilapidated chair right here and try to enjoy their lunch while the dogs are wrestling underfoot. We do actually eat off this table.
Well, I think I'm starting to get the picture.
We need a better table.
Absolutely. I think that's in the order for sure. What do you got going on over here? Employees drinking on the job?
So this is actually our makeshift laboratory over here. This is John. He's our head brewer, and he's trying to do experiments right now, but the dogs are all over the place knocking down everything. So he's just trying to get his work done.
I would love my own workspace.
Yeah.
The dogs are nice, but you know, we need our own room because the dogs kind of make me spill. So.
Yeah, I don't know how you get work done there. It seems like everything's so condensed. You know, you got the break room here to the lab to the office space, and it's like in one room.
Exactly, and there's like three people sharing this.
No sections or anything like that.
No privacy.
Kevin and Marissa's office is just bare bones, just an open room. This is going to involve more than log craftsmanship, but I got some good ideas in mind. Okay, guys, first thing that's got to go these cubicles. You don't work at a bank, you work at a brewery. You got to get rid of these. They each got to have their own individual office space. Over here, your break room. This is horrible. I mean, come on. That belongs in the dump, okay? It's maybe did some good, but it's time for it all to go. You need to have walls here, so when your employees come to relax, they don't have dogs running around. They need their own peace and quiet with a big log table right there, so they can sit down, relax. Over here, you got to have doors on these. This is your conference room. You're making calls internationally. You get up to date. You got to put walls up. We're going to put a big old log table right there. John, I don't know what you're doing over here, but you got to have your own space, don't you think?
I could use my own lab, yeah.
This guy's your mad scientist. He's creating what you guys developed. What do you guys think?
Definitely.
Yeah?
That's exactly what we were thinking.
Awesome. I got to start now. I got to get guys lined up, and we got to get going on this.
Yeah,
we got a deal?
Deal.
All right, let's do it. This is going to be an awesome opportunity to be involved with the brew house. If they want this brewery to go to the next level, we're going to have to gut this whole office space and start over. Back in Sioux City, Iowa, getting started on Baker Bob's cabin. So I'm going to round up my project manager, Grizzly Bob, and the log father himself, my dad, to go over the game plan. How does the foundation look?
Hey, the foundation looks good. I think we're going to be ready for the logs. We got our bolts all in place, so I think it's going to go fast.
Well, sounds good. I'll get the guys going, get all the gear out, and let's start setting logs, huh? First log coming down. First course of logs are attached to the foundation using threaded rods. Even though that these logs are huge and gigantic, it's to make sure that the house will not move off its foundation once it's set.
These logs are fit real nice. We got great scribe lines. The laterals look terrific, but these are big, huge logs. Look at how high they are. We're climbing real fast. It doesn't take many logs. We're going to be up at the top.
You know, this house is going so quick, it's almost like it's rising like a loaf of bread. Looking great. We had a really productive first day yesterday. The logs are lining up and fitting perfectly. It's day 2 and we're starting with the trusses. Here come the trusses! Yep, 4 more purlins and we should have the shell just about complete. Just a hair. Too far. Stop right there. Last box. Here it comes. This build is going great. We got the shell reassembled in 2 days, and now it's time to start building interior walls. Hey, Bob and Tanya.
Hey, Nate.
So what do you guys think? Welcome home.
Wow, this is amazing.
Great, unbelievable.
Look at the size of the logs.
Look at the knots on the logs. That's the log home.
Well, I was telling you I was going to get the biggest, baddest, most character on the logs. I mean, and these are it.
I think you did it.
Yeah. When we walked in together, we both felt that just the comfort of it. The logs were fitted so well. It's magical how they do that.
You look up and you can see these beautiful logs going into the loft.
It's a full 3/4 loft all the way out here.
Yeah, I like that.
Wow, that's amazing.
I love the house. You know, they just seem like we got a lot of grandchildren, and we got 7 dogs we have in our other house.
Nate, we have 10 grandkids.
Is there any way it could make it a little bit bigger or more spacious?
I thought the loft was going to be perfect size for him. Bob was wondering if there's any way I could add more space up there. But, I mean, the livable space is already there. We can't add on to the house. You know, as far as additional space, I've had clients request all kinds of changes and additions to their homes, but not enough space? This is a first. I hate saying no to a client, but the shell's built, which means the dimensions are set in stone. We're pretty much out of options here. But just because you can't change a living space doesn't mean you can't change a usable space. You know what? What would you guys think about if instead of having a window in that dormer, we put a door and we have a balcony stepping out?
That would be beautiful.
That'd be amazing. That really honestly would be amazing.
Well, that's something I can do. We'll make sure we work the midnight oil and you know, get our headlamps on, and we'll do what we got to do to make it happen, okay?
Thanks for the time.
All right. Yeah, see you guys soon.
Thanks a lot.
The guys are going to get started on that balcony for Bob while I head back to Colorado and get started on those offices for Crazy Mountain Brewery. A local crew cleaned out the space, we put up stick frame walls, ran the electric, and now it's time to hang the drywall. Wow, this space is already looking better.
Put her in.
I'm getting some help from Chris, the head of production here at the brewery. It turns out he has some experience in construction, and I never turned down an extra hand.
Hey, there it is.
Now that we have the drywall up, it's time to start hanging that log siding. This is natural beetle-killed wood from Colorado. They kind of wanted that rustic look, but also some character to the log, and you can see the character on their knots and beetle-kill marks. These trees are already dead when they're cut down. They're killed by tiny beetles living under the bark, leaving behind a high-quality solid wood that log lovers like me can't resist. You can see here the holes that are in the bark. The beetles actually protrude underneath the bark and start chewing on the log, basically till the log dies. It stands there, it dries, has a lot of character, it's already dead standing lumber. Once it goes down, it's ready for a mill and it's ready to be put up. So it's really neat, it's native to Colorado and it's staying in Colorado. So Chris, this is what I was thinking, was just putting these two pieces together. Now that we got them mitered at a 45, we'll put it in the inside corner and then we have nice flat spots to run our horizontal siding off.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Does that look nice?
I'm excited.
Well, let's start putting it up. We start with the corner pieces, then we mark out the studs that are behind the wall. Once the logs are precisely measured, we cut them and screw them right into place. The first piece. Doing interior log siding is a little bit different than handcrafted log building, but it still has a gorgeous look. It's a great way to introduce stick framing with wood. Best of both worlds right there. All right, Chris, last one.
Let's see how it lines up.
Look at that. No screws needed, I don't think, huh?
All right, it's perfect.
Hey, outdid ourselves.
Good cut job, Nate.
All right. This job isn't just cutting flat logs. We have to cover the corners and the hallways too. So what we're gonna do is cut a 90-degree corner out of this log, and then we're gonna put a flat spot on here to butt our siding up against it. It's an outside 90-degree corner. Cut that spot out and take that 90 out of there so we can cap our outside corner. For is make sure it's a 90-degree angle, and man, sometimes I just impress myself. I really like this. All right, Chris, let's see if she fits.
Well, I sure hope so. It's a pretty good chainsaw cut you got there.
We'll find out. Well, look at that.
It's pretty good over here.
A couple hangers here. Put your hat on there every day.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, I'll get the screw gun.
Sounds good. That's going to be great.
We're finished hanging the logs on the walls. We put a nice stain on to give it a glistening, clean look and also to keep the bark from falling off the logs. Kevin and Marissa really want the office to look like the inside of a log cabin, so we're going with the chinked look. Grizzly Bob has a lot of experience in chinking, so he's coming in from Iowa to help the chinking specialist from Sashko.
My name's Nick Birch. I came here to help Bob install Symphony Clear Coat as well as logjam chinking. Flowing like a beauty right here.
All right, great. Chink is a latex flexible product for in between the logs and the cracks. Makes a nice look. It's only in here for aesthetics. Hundreds of years ago, they used to take mud and grass. They'd fill all these holes in with mud and grass. A lot of houses are still standing today, and the mud and grass is still there. We modernized, come up with a better product. It's able to expand and contract with the logs. It's water cleanup, and it has insulation value and fire value.
Now that we completed the chinking, it's time to finish up here at the Crazy Mountain Brewery. You know, we're in here in the lab. It's a finished product now. The dogs can't come in here, and he's even got a little piece of beetle killed beauty right out here on the wall. We had to put wallpaper on here because that's sanitary. Logs are so porous, it would actually soak up chemicals, and it wouldn't meet standards. So this is the best we could do for you, John. You know, in order to see the real deal, you're gonna have to check out the office. We're in the conference room. Everything is looking just like I thought it was going to. We got this beautiful log siding on the wall. It's all stained, it's chinked. We got these awesome rough sawn timbers put together and this beautiful table. Kevin and Marissa are gonna love this Crazy Mountain Brewery. One more screw. There we go. Well, that pretty much wraps up this beautiful rough sawn table. You know, it's got the beetle kill tracks all over it. This screams Crazy Mountain Brewery. I can't wait to show Kevin and Marissa. I'm all wrapped up here. It's time to show this baby off. I'm headed to pick up Kevin and Marissa and bring them back to their new office. We really tried to preserve that Colorado forest theme that they have in their gorgeous brewery. I hope they like it.
Oh my gosh, you totally can. Well, we're very excited to see how it's going to be, and we've stayed on the tasting room side while the construction's been happening, so we are pumped to see what he's done.
Here we are. All right, guys, it all happens when you open the door.
Nice, nice.
I'll open it for you. Your new office space.
Oh, wow. Oh, even more. Oh my gosh. You gotta be kidding me. This is incredible.
Crazy.
What do you think? I mean, does it feel bigger?
This is a lot more than what you originally talked about. This is really neat.
Sometimes when you have the space to work with, you just gotta go with it, you know? This is your lifestyle, you know, and it's a warm feeling. Yeah. It's not just drywall, you know? And I mean, check out all the character.
The logs that he had put up on the walls looked very rustic, down to earth. He had put chinking in it. We had no idea he was gonna do that.
As you get close up to these logs, you see that beetle kill. That was the name of the game. You see the stain and chinking, it really pops out.
I didn't know you were gonna do the chinking. I mean, this looks so amazing.
Yeah. Well,
it really pulls it together.
Yeah, it does. It blends it in. It actually looks like that was the way it was meant to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like it's been here forever.
When we have meetings and clients come to the brewery, it's nice to be able to have this space because the first thing they see when they walk in is all of the log siding. It looks like the interior of a log cabin, and it's so warm and welcoming and just very mountainy, and that's exactly what we wanted.
That's a whole tree.
It's a whole tree. How'd you even do that? I mean,
not only did we take it off the mountain, but we put it out in your parking lot. We snapped a couple lines and cut a corner out.
Wow.
This is the best looking office in the entire beer industry.
I mean, if you guys love it in here, you guys gotta check out this conference room.
Let's do it, yeah.
Check this out.
No way. It's incredible.
We had all this log siding we thought we're gonna cover the whole wall.
I mean, this is...
Wow.
What a great place to sit down on this table that's all hand-sawn. This is all beetle kill wood right here. Planed it down, put the stamp in the middle of it with the hot iron.
I just like the way that the beetle kill represents itself in this wooden conference table. I mean, look at beetle striations with the grays and blues here.
Everything's very unique with this. All this wood came off of the high point over there.
You're cleaning up the forest, mitigating fire risk, and you're making something beautiful at the same time.
Absolutely.
That's inspiring, to be honest.
That's Crazy Mountain right there.
Right on.
Yeah.
This is the perfect background for us.
This is going to take your business, I think, to great places, and your hard work and determination showing off. You want to see your offices?
We'd love to.
All right, let's check it out. All right, guys, check out your office.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Look at this.
This is so perfect. Before, we'd been on folding tables. We had no organization to our office. He'd built an awesome table for us, gorgeously put together.
Look at this beetle kill right here, and then we got the bookshelf going going on.
And we got all your cans of beers up here, too.
Constant inspiration for us sitting here and looking at that.
Each one has its own story, and it's kind of rewarding to look up and remember what each one felt like.
All right, Nate, so we have 10 beers on tap today.
What do you call this one? You got my face on it, you guys.
So this one's actually called a Heim Log Lager, and we brewed it especially for you.
The real deal with the chainsaw on the shoulder and all. I mean, I bet it tastes darn good.
Did you try some?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's do this.
Well, it's looking pretty good so far.
There you go.
Thank you.
Definitely. I hope you like this because we worked really hard on it, just as hard as you worked on our office space.
Well, it looks amazing. Crazy Mountain Brewery.
Absolutely.
Cheers. Salud.
Wow.
It was really great to be able to pour Nate a pint of Heim Log Lager, and after all he'd done for us, it was really nice to be able to make him as happy as we are.
This is a great beer.
Glad you like it.
Wow, my own beer? Unbelievable. I'm so glad Kevin and Marissa love their new office. Now that this job's wrapped up, it's time to head back to Sioux City, Iowa. I got a call from Baker Bob, and he wants to add a stone fireplace to his house. Grizzly Bob is already back at the build site, so I gotta get moving.
We've been working really hard here. It's been very cold. It's been below zero every day for a week here. We got the roof system on. We got wiring in. We put the staircase in. This has all been in 2 weeks. We're working hard. These guys are tough from Michigan, Minnesota, working in all this cold climate. They're used to it. They're like a bunch of Eskimos. Tough, cold weather boys.
Hey, Bob, how's these wall slots looking in the kitchen?
Hey, it's looking real good. I'll have this kitchen ready by the end of the day.
Hey, well, I just talked to Bob, and you know he wanted that freestanding stove.
Yeah.
You know, now he wants a fireplace with stone.
Is he talking about the masonry, the rocks and everything?
The real deal.
Well, it's going to be pretty tough with 30 below temperatures to find a mason.
I know. Well, he said he wants a spot to put his elk on, so...
Oh, that's a huge change. How are we going to deal with that?
I don't know. What do you think looks like a good spot?
Well, let's go see what we got.
Man, it's cold here in Sioux City. A fireplace might not be a bad idea. I wish we had a fireplace right now. This is where that freestanding stove is supposed to be, is right here. And, you know, Bob basically gave us the green light to do whatever we had to do to get him a stone fireplace. The thing is where we're going to put it. We can't put it in that corner. There's no room.
Well, this room is kind of small the way it is. You know, that wood burner would have took up a lot of room.
Yeah,
so
it would
I think it's a good idea for him. There's nothing like a beautiful log home with a stone fireplace in it, mate.
Well, you know what? There's so many openings in here. I just realized there's a big patio door. There's supposed to be a window here, a window there, and a big window there.
A lot of glass.
I would say, what if we cancel this window out, cut this bottom sill out, and we build a fireplace right in here? And then we allow for a settling above the top, and there's a great place to hang the elk head right up there. It'll span over the whole great room.
Let's see what we got for size right here.
Be a good idea.
Hey, we got plenty of room to put a fireplace right into this opening right here.
That's perfect, yeah.
We'll just top that off on the top.
The hard thing is to find something to do stone. Grizzly Bob and I figured out where to put the fireplace in Baker Bob's cabin, but a stone fireplace can only be made by a stone mason. But at temperatures like this, that can be nearly impossible.
Where are we going to get a mason this time of year?
Well, I'll call the guy I know that does stone masonry.
All right, you do
Hey,
that.
Bob, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, Bob, you think you can do me a favor and put a fireplace in Sioux City for me?
Hey, I'll be there. We can get it done.
I knew it. Hey, all right,
How did
Bob.
that happen?
Hey,
huh?
that was my lifeline. You picked up the phone.
I picked up the phone.
Hey, I knew you'd jump on board. I know we're on a tight time schedule. This weather's cold, but as soon as we get this fireplace in, we can turn the heat on here, and it'll make things go faster.
That sounds great.
Perfect. Thanks, Bob. I'm going to cut this log out, get a mantle ready for Bob, and he's going to take it from there. No better stone mason than Bob.
Fireplace basin right now. I got it built up for a hearth. We got a nice hearth that's going to be in here, a raised hearth in front of the fireplace. We did our back wall, putting some OSB on the outside of that. We're going to be ready to start doing our fire stops and mount this fireplace unit. Where's that window?
We've built the balcony frame. We're going to start putting the decking down. I'm going to get started on building some cedar railing. We don't got that much time before we got to show this to Bob and Tanya, so we're kind of in a rush, even in this cold weather. These spindles are laid out at 7 inches apart. Sometimes inspectors come through because they have a little 4-inch ball, and they check that, make sure there's no gaps bigger than 4 inches.
This is the fireplace that Baker Bob wanted for his house. It's been a big rush. Kind of like putting a puzzle together. These stones are real stone. They're made out of granite, so they're very heavy. They tend to slide a little bit. So I got to start on the bottom. I got to wedge them all the way up to the top.
We got all the railing sections built and the sun's starting to go down. I'm showing Bob and Tanya the cabin tomorrow, so we got to get the balcony done before dark.
Does it matter which side's up on this thing?
There's the bigger rail should be on the bottom. That's the bottom that you got right there. Ratchet strap. Okay.
Some weight lifting for you.
Be a pretty good man cheerleader.
Yeah.
All right, we're good. Let's get out of the cold.
All right, good job, Peter. It's a really good feeling. We finally got that last section in. We were getting a little nervous because it was getting dark out, but it's a relief knowing that it's all complete. That deserves a high five, huh? I'm just finishing some details up inside and I hear a horn. It's my interior decorator, Heather.
Minnesota and Iowa. And you think your guys could help me?
Yeah, I'll get the guys. We'll help you out.
All right. The one thing Baker Bob really wanted was a Minnesota cabin in Iowa. There are a lot of materials that we ended up bringing all the way from Minnesota to Iowa. There's the furniture, the bed, the magazine rack, canoe paddles.
The buck stops here. It's a hideaway bed from like the 1800s. Original leather, and it's heavy. They just don't make them like they used to. This antler set is actually functional. We're using this for a coat rack. Perfect.
Yeah, dude. Building furniture is one of my favorite parts about log craftsmanship. With the burl, the knots, the knobs, and also the Y-logs, this thing is full of uniqueness. This bed is one of my favorite pieces I've ever built. There you go. That pretty much does it, Heather.
All right.
So I'll screw it off, and if you want to make the bed and have it all ready to go for Bob and Tanya, that'd be awesome.
Perfect. High five.
That's right. Good job, Heather. Now that I got this bed together, it's time for me to head over and get Bob and Tanya. After all these years of Bob dreaming about a Minnesota-style log home, we're going to make it a reality today. Well, Bob, are you excited? I mean, we put a lot of hard work in on this, and I think we got everything you're looking for.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I really am. It's been a long time coming. Tanya had some things going on today, so she tried to get here, but she just couldn't be here.
Well, Bob, you told me to bring a little piece of Minnesota down. I brought a whole bucket load.
Well, that's what I want to see. Holy cow. That's what a log home should look like. That's what I'm looking for a log home.
You wanted a little piece of Minnesota? I said, we're going to bring them a whole lot of Minnesota.
Well, we got a whole lot of Minnesota. I mean, you can't get any better log home the way it looks. I like the dormer. The logs are just unbelievable.
Well, let's go check it out.
All right. Very excited about the cabin. It just blew me out of the water. I've been dreaming of this for years. I imagined it to be great, but it was way beyond my expectations.
What do you think?
This looks fantastic. The logs are just exactly what I imagined. Nice giant-sized logs from Minnesota.
Well, we really went for that Minnesota cabin feel. We knew that you wanted a piece of that down here in Iowa.
Just unbelievable. The lamps, the lights. This is a log cabin. I'm from Minnesota, and this is what I've always dreamed to have. It's amazing.
You can see like this the contour of the log, it just rolls through there. You know, and that's what the hand-scribed look really gives you, is that natural character and beauty of these logs fitting together.
And the paintings, you even brought me some paintings.
It really came together. We got a lot of special items in here. And I got something really special I want to show you in your master bedroom. You ready?
Well, let's see if we can outdo it.
All right.
And I seen how those logs were stacked and designed so perfectly. I've been dreaming of this for years. That just reminds me of going hunting in a cabin. That's what I've always dreamed of having, and this is what this is, a hunter's dream.
All right, Bob, check this out. What do you think of this bed?
Oh, it's unbelievable. The white cedar, I like the forks in there. I can I mean, this is Minnesota. This is Minnesota white cedar. It's the burl and all the way to the forks in the bed.
Yeah.
Now look at this unbelievable, beautiful bedroom. Very well handcrafted, and Nate just did a beautiful job with it. He's a true log home artist.
I mean, this is something you'll be able to sleep in every night and have these big beams over the top of your head. You know, this is your structural support for the second floor loft.
I just love it. I just love this bed. It's beautiful.
Well, there's so much more to see, Bob. We got this grand archway over here. It leads you right into your kitchen. You want to check it out?
I'd sure like to.
All right, let's see. So much more. Well, Bob, we got the archway here, and it leads right into your kitchen. All the wood in here is from Minnesota, from the tongue and groove to the furniture, and obviously the logs in the house.
Yeah, they match really well. Like even like the stools or the white cedar and the background of the counter and stuff. It just blends in so well.
You got plenty of room to bake here and cook. Is this fitting for a baker?
Fitting for a baker and fitting for somebody that came from Minnesota.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I enjoy baking, and that's what I do for a living, and I'm looking forward to doing it in my own home.
Well, Bob, remember right here, you're supposed to have a window and a freestanding stove. We set your fireplace where the window was supposed to be, so we give you this awesome feel. You have lots of room in your great room, and also put your elk head above it.
When you took the window off with the fireplace, I couldn't be more happier with it. You guys did outdone yourself with the mantle. The mantle looks excellent. It looks great.
Well, if you like it here, let's check up the loft. We got an awesome staircase to walk up.
All right.
Bob, here's your custom staircase.
Sturdy. They're really sturdy. Oh, I like that character you had. It's almost like in the bedroom there.
Now you starting to see a pattern?
Yeah, I do. And I like that pattern, too. You know that.
Well, come up here. I want to show you the view of your loft. Look at this. Nice sitting area. Look at that view.
Oh, yeah, it looks great. And I like the scenery out there.
Look at those bluffs.
Yeah, they look great. And the railing. You did a great job, Nate.
Yeah, thanks.
We got a nice seating area where we can relax. And we also have an office space for me. It's more spaces than I ever expected.
You know, we got these two nice dormers in here. It's a great second bedroom, a half bath. Look at those logs up there, the joinery, kind of framing out those dormers.
Everything looks fantastic.
Yeah. I remember you and Tanya were concerned about space up here, which I think it is a nice usable space, but we did add some more space. I want to show you that.
All right, let's go look at it.
All right, Bob, check this out.
Oh, man, this is great. This is what we were talking about. Yep, looks fantastic.
Two 16-foot posts holding this up. We wrapped it in this awesome cedar log railing with worm tracks, capturing all those gorgeous views out there. Watch wildlife.
Oh, the views, the pheasants, the railing, you just did outstanding. When you stand up there, it's just breathtaking, really. It makes you feel good. Nate just outdid himself all the way around.
You told me to bring a piece of Minnesota down. I wanted to bring you the whole state.
Well, I got something for you, too, for all the things you've done for me and made an effort for.
No kidding?
Yep.
Sounds like a plan. I'll take a look at her.
Nate gave me the house that I've always dreamed of from Minnesota. He brought it down to Iowa. So I gave him something from Iowa to take back to Minnesota.
What do you got in there?
You know your favorite. We know what that is. The apple fritter.
Man, you got the grand selection here.
Yeah, that's for sure. I appreciate everything you've done. And you've done a great job with the house and the way it looks inside and out. And everything I've imagined is here.
Well, the boys will be lucky if there's any left by the time I get home.
Well, thank you for everything, Nate.
Well, thanks, Bob. Welcome to Log Home Living.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Right.
Thanks.
It's an awesome opportunity to build this for a fellow Minnesotan down here in Sioux City, Iowa, and I'm going to enjoy these donuts on the way home.